Hey. Woo. My name is Mike. This is something that happened to me first week of September 1992, Delaware Water Gap. I was going to go camping with a friend of mine. We went up there, climbed the mountain, and got to the top, and we're in the forest, and we come out of this tree line to this open clearing with tall grass. And the trail goes up and then makes a turn to the left. It's kind of boomerang shaped. I got a little map here I'll show you. Kind of demonstrates the situation, the layout, if you will. So there it is. So we're here. This is the trail. This is all tall grass. We're going to be focused on this spot right here. We're going to ignore these steps here. Keep that in mind for the end of the story. Position 1, position 2, position 3. Alright? Okay. So, bear with me because I'm not a professional here with this camera. Okay. We come out of the clearing and right away I see this thing. It's just a mound of hair, same level as the grass. Grass is this tall. I stop, freeze, instantaneously, just go into kind of marine mode with her, bam, be quiet. And I stopped there for a few moments trying to decide what I was going to do, and I decided to approach it. So I got to position 1 and I stopped and I'm looking at this thing, and I can't really figure out what it is. It's not a bear, it's not a deer, and those are the two biggest things we got there, It's also the wrong color. We got black bear up there, but this was reddish brown. And there's no grizzly bears there. And it wasn't shaped like that anyhow. A bear has a spine that kind of comes out of its back. So after about a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes, I went to position 2 where I'm directly behind it. And this is where I got kind of freaked out with this thing because it was built like a human. Like a giant human, like a giant bodybuilder. It was muscled just like a human being. So, but it was huge. Okay, this is the position it was in. Yeah, make sure you can see me. It was doing this, but I was seeing it from the back. So what I'm seeing is that. I'm 5'9". My back, is only about that long. The back on this thing was like this. It was a good 4 feet, at least. And I'm seeing from the top of its ass to the top of its shoulders. And I can see the lats. And I can see that triangle that you get, when you're heavily muscled and you're working out. And the muscles, you can almost see the striations in the muscles. It was ripped to shreds underneath the hair. Long brown, reddish brown hair, matted down so you can see all the muscle definition. I didn't smell anything weird, and it didn't even look like it was breathing, but it was there. And after several minutes of just pondering this, and my mind racing 100 miles an hour, it was about 3 feet from the trail where I was standing to this thing with this tall grass. I didn't understand how it could get from that position to where it was without breaking through the grass. If you would have went through the grass, if I would have went through, a deer or a bear or anything else, we would have blazed a path through that grass that you would see. So it was almost like it just suddenly appeared or something. And I remember thinking if I had a stick I could poke it, and then I threw that away right away because this thing was just so powerfully built. The thought I had was, this thing could do whatever it wants to do, period. And that scared me a little bit. But it wasn't exhibiting any aggressive kind of behavior. It's like it was just trying to hide. Is kind of how it was acting. So I got into position 3, and again waited. It didn't make any aggressive movements or anything. I waited for her to come, and she did. And she walked behind me and went into the tree line, and then I followed her, but I walked backwards, keeping my eyes on this thing. And it just stayed there. So I got to her. She asked me what it was. I told her I didn't know. And right at that moment, it got up and started walking. And it's 2 legs, because I hear I instantly ran back to get a glimpse of this thing, and it was gone already that fast. And it was only several footsteps that I heard. But again, my adrenaline was pumping, and I wasn't thinking Bigfoot or anything at the time. And the footsteps went from that position straight back into the tree line. And here's the crazy, weird thing about that. And again, if a deer or a bear or you or me or anything blazed a trail through that grass, you'd see a trail through that grass. What I saw was shafts where its foot went as it walked. It was able to step over that grass. Grass that's over 3 feet tall. And that whoosh I heard before the boom was the grass being compressed by these big feet. So, Bigfoot, you know, that's what happened. And it's freaky. But I mean, I was literally 3 feet away from this thing. It's burned into my brain. It's never going away. I've got every detail in there. And, yeah, these things are out there. They're real. So, you know, for people who don't believe whatever, I don't care. You weren't there. And don't waste your time typing something silly to goof on me, because it's not going to affect me. This is for the people who have had experiences or believe it or are out there actively looking. This is the experience I had. So that's it. You know, they're out there. Be careful. If they act aggressive, I would say that's probably because they don't want you there. Maybe they got their family there and they're afraid of you. And you can't blame them for that. So just go away. This thing could have done whatever it wanted to us. My thinking is it was probably walking down the path towards us as we got to the tree line just before it probably heard us and knew it couldn't go anywhere, and just decided, I'll step here and do this and they won't see me. It's like the thinking of a kid, you know? I don't know. But that's what happened. Have a good day. Bye.